All right. You guys have made it to the 25th episode of the podcast. Yes. We are rolling and rolling. This week, we're taking a little bit of a different turn on our normal kind of focus. We're digging into spirituality. And with doing that, we do have a new guest this week. So after, the opening sequence, we will definitely let you know who that is, and we'll let them introduce themselves. But before that, I do want to remind you guys to make sure that you are following us on all of our social medias at Multiverse Dads. We're trying to make it really easy to find us. You can also find us on Twitch, where we go live on Saturdays. Although if you guys hung out with us this past Saturday, you will have noticed that we have a little bit of a technical issue that I'm actively looking to fix. So just bear with us. It's a learning process. It's still new for us. So we're still making tweaks to make it better for everybody. So so that is twitch.tv/dads of the multiverse. So it's just another way for you guys to kind of interact with us and kind of steer the narrative. So you can now find us on YouTube as well. So we are doing some visualizations to the podcast to kind of give you a different feel for the content. Those episodes will post whenever I get finished rendering them. Wow, I can't talk. Yikes. Okay, so before I continue to not be able to talk anymore, I guess we'll just go ahead and get into the episode. So let's go. Hey everyone, my name is Josh, otherwise known as Bearded, and I'm one of your guides through the multiverse. Alongside me is my co-host Corey, otherwise known as Fail Mountain, and we're here to delve into the realms of gaming, technology, and all things geeky. But this podcast is more than just entertainment. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. As we explore the vast landscapes of the multiverse, we invite you to join us. Your stories, your insights, they all shape our quest. Together, we'll navigate the challenges of fatherhood, conquer our inner demons, and emerge stronger than ever before. So grab your gear and prepare for an adventure. Join us on this epic quest as we discover our ultimate selves. This is Dads of the Multiverse. Welcome back to another episode of Dads of the Multiverse. I am Josh, otherwise known as Bearded. I am joined by my co-host Corey, aka the Fail Mountain, who is also the streaming expert and ripping me a new one for my Twitch setup.
Yeah, fire the graphics guy.
Yeah,
fire him.
Yeah. The graphics are good. It's just everything. I added new things to the checklist and I didn't check them off. Okay,
yeah, that's the problem.
It's 100% the problem.
Marcus is screaming right now.
Not probably.
Somewhere our Marcus gained his wings. That's what.
I can feel him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good, guys. I'm sorry, but it's a learning process. We're getting there. This week, we are joined by a new guest to the podcast. A good friend of mine. I've known him for quite some time. We've worked together. We've kind of just just been along our own little journeys, but we've stayed friends the entire time. He's pretty cool. So this is welcome, Gerard.
Hello. So glad to be here. Thank you for the invite and the intro. So yeah, I'm Gerard, known as the Witch of Earth's Curious Goods over at YouTube and then all over the internet. Just Google me, you'll find me. So I'm excited to be on this episode.
We're happy to have you.
We're definitely
way to respond, Josh.
Yeah. Sorry. I just I'm trying to think how to navigate the rest of the podcast, because I started it off like on the wrong foot with this whole streaming thing. So I'm just trying to like recover mentally. So bear with me.
Well,
I've done broken the ice for myself, and I'm just trying to exist at this point. So
well, thank you for breaking the ice. That makes it really
yeah, it's
easy.
my bad, my fault. Yeah. So yeah. Yikes. Anyway, so yes, Gerard, I'm glad that you're here. You finally made it. I know, I've been kind of trying to get you to listen to the podcast, and you've done your due diligence, and you've definitely kept up with some of the content. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
We are going to get into an interesting topic that is kind of outside of our normal focus, and I think we're going to ask the question. I think the title of it, I've kind of settled it on what's the secret to spiritual fulfillment. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but I just thought it sounds really cool, and I think we're gonna our discussion on like spiritual stuff, I think it'll get answered in this dialogue or conversation. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. But
I mean, I think that's great. 100%.
Yeah.
Perfect title.
Thanks. But before we get into that, I'm going to start off with the universal scale off check-in. Not chicken, but check-in.
Chicken.
We love them chicken.
So, Corey, where you at, bud?
It's been great, man. It's been great. How about you?
I didn't say how you been. I said where you at?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Clearly someone's not paying attention, but that's okay.
Yeah. So I gained 3 pounds.
Too. I had a bad week too. Okay.
Yeah, okay, good.
I was really nervous this entire week because I was way off like my normal diet that I had kind of like stuck to. So I'm glad that
you had those chicken fingers again, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You went to the Jacob building. Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I gained 3 pounds. So that yikes. I don't know how. I mean, I know how, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, so I've been kind of like sort of measuring it all week, kind of just like seeing the fluctuation, and like building the stress in my brain as far as like, oh my God, I've gone up 3 pounds. Oh my God, I've gone up 2 pounds. And it's just like been this really weird like roller coaster. I thought I was gonna like at minimum like at least just like just flatline it and just be like has the same way I was last month or last week. However, I did drop 2 pounds. So yeah, it just kind of snuck up, and this morning I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So
at 290.
I am at 290. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back to 364.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Kids wanted Zaxby's, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that normal though for fluctuations? I wonder. I mean, I'm a little naive when it comes to losing a weight, but shouldn't there be fluctuations for it to be healthy, or should you just be losing weight all the time?
If you hit the die hard enough, you should just straight lose. Now, if you're working out at the same time, which I am, you will fluctuate. Like you'll have days that you're lighter and then days that you go up, but you'll feel better. That's why we're tracking like pant size too, like at the end of it. So we can go, okay, well, we started at this pant size, now we're down here. I might have stayed the same weight, but obviously I lost weight where I needed to. So it can happen. I don't know how hard Josh is hitting the weights.
Josh,
I know
I'm not.
I'm not at all. Literally
You're starving yourself, Josh.
Yeah. No. So like, no. So I'm changing. So my mindset with this whole thing is just is trying to get better habits as far as my relationship with like my eating habits and things like that. So
Relationship with that cheeseburger.
so I haven't like started to like work out per se, but like, I've definitely tried to like, make better decisions as far as what I'm consuming and how often. So I do like a little like a fast. So like I stop eating like after 8 o'clock, and then I don't start eating again until noon the next day. So gives my body time to like kind of process whatever kind of calories it's going to use that's in storage. But Corey has a different philosophy on that stuff. So but to kind of answer your question from my perspective too, like, yes, your weight's going to fluctuate. It depends on, what Corey's talking about as far as like how much you exercise. Yes. But I do feel like there is going to get to a point, because it happened previously, like when I was like really into like working out and stuff like that. So you get to a point where you kind of plateau as far as like weight, and because you're building muscle at the same time that you're losing weight. So it kind of like offsets itself. But then at that point you start to do what are considered like non-scale victories. So like that's where, shirt sizing and then pant waistline like changes and stuff like that comes into play. And just, it's more like psychological things at that point. Okay. So but yeah, that's the goal for me. For this whole thing is just to be healthier. Yes. But also to like, get out of that, like that morose kind of like mindset that you can get when you don't feel good about yourself. So that's it for me. That's the universal scale off for me.
Yeah, our diets here, because like I'm sort of fasting in a way, but for me, I try to eat lighter, but I eat frequently. So like every 2 hours, I try to eat something small, whether it's like a Cliff Bar, or something to keep my metabolism going, and then I'm working out every day.
Oh, okay. Well, that's perfect. Well, you guys are literally doing things behind the scenes to just keep it healthy too. So
yeah,
good to know.
And it's a fun little check in to like just make sure that we're keeping each other accountable, so that we don't slack off too much. So
well, I'm excited to see the ending result for all of this.
Yeah. My goal is to look like Aquaman, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, got it. All right, sit down, Jason.
Okay, I was gonna say Rico Suave, but
no, that's back in the Best Buy days. I can't do that. I have to go above and beyond.
Yeah, put it away. Put it away, Josh. Put it away.
Oh gosh, I can't unsee. Now let me stop. I'm a dirty boy.
I thought I was way too cool for myself back in the early Best Buy days, man. I was really full of myself.
What are you talking about? I think that is just any of us in any of our early days. I mean, I remember having the best clothes on. I thought I was just, what? My jean jacket, what? And
jean jacket, yeah.
I look back and it is cringy. I was like, burn all of it. Burn it all down.
It's like those moments you're like, I wore that?
Yeah.
I really did do that, did I?
Or like those old like Facebook posts that come up like from like the early 2000s, and you're just like, oh man, I really just said that.
I swear to God, you always have pictures that I'm just like, where did you find those pictures? How did you get that picture? Like, oh my gosh, look at my face. What is going on? Man. I don't give consent. I don't give consent. I said no. He just kept doing it.
Me?
Yes, you.
Wow. You're painting a very, very negative picture of me right now. Like,
it's okay. It's okay. I remember you would sneak pictures at the bar and stuff, and I swear.
That's how they make pictures, right? With the negatives, right?
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh, you went the other way. Got it.
I love it.
Yeah, back in those days, when we were going to like the bars and stuff, I remember like, when I get like to like a good like buzzed like feeling, like for whatever reason, I gravitate to like, and I'm glad that Marcus isn't here because he's gonna like fixate on it, but he's gonna fixate on it anyway because I'm saying it, but like So I get a little groovy, right? And then I start rubbing my butt against people. I remember
I was thinking you were just like dancing. That was that way. I remember
No.
at least that was in my head that you were just.
Marcus isn't here, but I'll do it for him. Josh, let me touch you. I'll do that for Marcus.
He'll be proud. Anyway,
oh, he's definitely listening to this.
That's a interesting universal scale off check-in. Ending with me talking about how I like to rub my butt on people. Awesome.
Speaking about your ad, I mean,
well, yeah. Awkward. Weird segue. Yeah. So, so before we get into the snapshot news or snapshot,
Snapshot.
Corey, now I'm going to ask you how your week was. How was your week?
Oh, well, let's see. My kids were out of the house. Well, two of the three. So my odds were good.
All right.
My oldest two had camp. So my son had a Boy Scout camp. So he had that every day. And then my oldest daughter had dance camp. So they went and stayed with grandma. So I got to sleep a little more peacefully. Except I forgot that I had my 3-year-old who, pile drive me every morning and made sure I was awake. Work was work because, when you're got to go on vacation for a week, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. So it was great. It was great. Hey, I'm on vacation. I'm happy until my dog chewed up my new TV remote.
No.
Yeah. I just, good times. A lot of good times.
Good times. Stay positive.
How about you? How was your week? Because I don't want to think about mine.
So my week was okay. I mean, the kids had cheer practice, so my wife, she's been like super into like participating with all of the like the cheerleading stuff they have going on. So she made it her goal to like participate as a volunteer for the cheer camp with the girls. So she took a lot of time away from work to do that, and it's been just a really busy week because they still had like cheer practice after cheer camp, and with work and everything like that with me, like it's just been a really busy week. Not bad, just really busy. And I'm glad it's the weekend. Although this weekend has been kind of busy too. So far, cause the girls had, a cheerleading like fundraising event where they had to like wash cars. So, they're all toasted.
Oh, that's right. That was today.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to bring the truck.
Oh, dang. That's all right.
Yeah, I meant to bring the truck down there and go. You missed the spot.
So I went down there and I took Bub with me and we got Wendy's so we when we got there so obviously like these girls are like they're not tall girls, so like some of these vehicles are pretty tall, whatever. And one of the ingenious ways that they've decided to like wash the tops of the cars is like do stunt work. So like how they do like the handstands or whatever, like where like the girls will like lift up like the cheerleader. They were doing that and then like washing the tops of the cars. Like it was actually pretty ingenious, and I was like, that's impressive. So they definitely got some extra donations from the Kaufman Fund. So
yeah.
Anyway, so Gerard, how was your week?
Week has been busy as well. Mainly just staying busy altogether. But today in particular, I do my usual. I have to go to Starbucks to go get my coffee.
Nice.
And I don't know about you guys, but the drivers here in Charleston, I feel, have not improved. But I was on my way, and I swear I was behind the car. I'm a very like when I'm in the car, it's my little Zen mode. I put music on. I'm in my own little world. And so I just stayed in Zen mode, and the car in front of me decided to just go 15 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour road. So I'm just like,
Wow.
okay, patient, just patient. Then it starts swerving. So in my head, I'm just like, okay, maybe they're on their phone, maybe they're multitasking. I try to go through all my scenarios. So then, finally we get up to the light. I have to turn left, and I'm, in my head, I'm like, oh, please don't turn left. Like, just go right. And they do. They end up going in the right, and then they almost swerve and hit me. And of course, I don't beat my horn. I'm just not that type of person I think it's obnoxious. But this time I actually beat my horn because you almost hit me. Literally, you're headed to hit me. So I swerved. Luckily, there was not another car in the other, other lane, and I was able to go in that lane so they didn't hit me. And then we pull up to the red light together, and I swear, I just turn around. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to figure out like what happened. Like, did you fall asleep? And this creepy old lady just turns to me and just stares with like big eyes, as if like, what was I thinking?
It's your fault.
I just turned off. I'm like, I'm gonna go get my coffee. I need a coffee. But that was the most interesting this morning I've had in a while.
Of course, this morning, right?
I mean, the most important thing was the Starbucks.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got really excited, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay.
And everyone makes fun of me with Starbucks though, because I'm not like I usually do like a frappuccino. I'm just a huge fan of that, and I'll add like a shot of espresso or something inside of it. But they're like, "Oh, you're just having ice cream."
That's the point. Vanilla bean crap. That's what you want.
Yes. Vanilla bean frap. I'll put one shot of espresso, or two if I'm sleeping, and so delicious.
That's it. That's my go-to, and my wife hates me because whenever I go, she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes.
Have you tried their lavender like stuff?
No, I'm curious though. I'm super curious. I love and hate lavender at the same time, so I'm not sure I want to drink it. I'm not sure.
Lavender matcha? Really?
Yeah, it's not as good as you think it might be. So I don't.
I mean,
is it very floral like? Like some drinks taste like floral.
It has like a floral like kind of like smell and taste, but like it's the weird like after like taste that it doesn't like sit
like
well with me.
Blended guacamole.
Well, no. I mean they have a lavender like latte. I don't know if it's still on there, but that's what I had. I mean, I'm not trying to like diss Starbucks or anything like that because they definitely have gotten a lot of my money, but
they got a lot of my money.
Oh, they're still getting my money.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just the one lavender thing. Like I thought, lavender is like supposed to like chill you out or whatever. So like, I tried it a few times, but it doesn't have the effect that you would think lavender has. And Gerard, it really it hurts my feelings to hear you say that you don't like lavender.
I like and hate lavender at the same time. And it's something about it depends on what lavender, because a lot of people don't know there's actually different types of lavender. And the one that I'm not a huge fan of is the herbaceous one. But it's probably the most beneficial out of all the lavenders in my opinion. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it. The smell can be interesting. Very medicinal.
I say that because you made the lavender candles for my wedding.
Oh no, that was different. That was lavender and vanilla.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah,
like a bad vibe because I still have some of those candles. By the way.
Yeah, no, that is Bulgarian lavender that I use with vanilla added with it. So that's so you don't really notice too much of the lavender. You just get more of the benefits from it, the aromatherapy. But the vanilla tones it down.
Like those candles are definitely like 100% like they'll definitely put you in just like a chill mode for sure. So
Yeah.
I like them. I still have those Lavella candles.
Yep. The originals, I don't make those anymore.
Corey, I don't know if you knew. I didn't really like mention it, but Gerard, he does a lot of like really cool stuff with like candles and lotions and soaps, and I think I'll share some stuff with you. But really cool stuff. And
that's neat.
Yes, Corey, you should have at least one of my candles in your house. Jeez.
Yeah, what?
He does like some really like cool creative stuff with it. Like it's not like your generic like everyday kind of stuff. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, send me the link. All the link. Josh doesn't research.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I still don't know who Ariel's daughter's name is, so or what her name is. So
why?
Oh, so wait. Okay. Do we know?
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Literally just joking.
I can hear the blade in the background, Josh. You may want to duck.
It's a switchblade at this point. So it's one of those like butterfly knives.
At this point, it might be a rusty spoon.
Yeah.
I don't know why I could literally hear the butterfly knife when you said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For every joke he makes of that, just one more nail. Just one more nail.
Yep. Yeah, it's not good. I fear for my life. I'm looking over.
Cough once if you need help.
Not behind me. Yeah. No, I think we're okay. Okay. Anyway, so let's switch gears a little bit to it's Corey's favorite segment.
Snapshot.
Yes. Snapshot news and 30-second reviews.
Mm.
I don't have music for it, but yeah. All right, Corey,
yeah. Okay. All righty then. Right to it.
Wait, what were you saying? What were you saying? My bad.
At least it's not that horrifying like doo-doo-doo sound that you had, because that was
I was testing a bunch of stuff and it didn't work.
Yeah, so. That was terrifying. My like Snapshot news. Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't like literally the reverse like ESPN sound, but like it was just it's what it reminded me of. So that's why I didn't use it anymore.
Was it?
Was it what?
You know what? I don't even want to know.
It wasn't.
Was it?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't even know what I'm talking. I'm just kind of.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
How do you know?
How do you know?
How do you know?
What is your Snapshot news, sir?
All right. So I'll give my Bitcoin update. Bitcoin at this time is $66,092. It's trended up a little bit. Of course, it's doing this whole float thing. Of course, everyone's speculating. Buy it all, please. So that's Bitcoin. I think a lot of cryptos are moving up right now. There's a lot of talk around Ethereum right now. Let's see what else. Oh, Microsoft did their thing. Their game reveal.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, that was great. I caught half of it. I caught the half I wanted to see.
Yeah.
First off, Doom Dark Ages. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Like it's a weird new take on it, and I'm I've never really been a fan of Doom, but like I mean I think it's cool.
Does anyone remember there was like I think there was a movie Doom, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, with the rock in it.
With the
Yeah,
rock
The
in
Rock.
it.
I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute. It's like I think I've seen the movie.
yeah. That franchise went nowhere.
I kind of was waiting for number 2 to come out, but that never happened.
No, it went
I
for
mean,
number 2.
I'm excited for it, man. I like all of Doom games, especially its software stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, I remember playing the original Ultimate Doom,
Oh yeah.
you know, sneaking that into school and playing that on the computer. I got busted so many times.
Hmm.
But I think it's going to be a pretty neat take on it. It should be fun to play because I mean the last couple of games would be great except for Doom 3.
It gives me the vibes of like Elden Ring meets like Doom. Like I feel like that's like the take on it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And
it
Elden
does.
Ring is already kind of dark on its own, you know?
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. But my big
interesting.
one that I was excited for was Black Ops 6.
Yeah, I checked out the trailer and because you told me to, and I was impressed.
Yeah, Black Ops Raven and that that whole game. I'm trying to think. Treyarch, thank God I remembered it. Haha. Okay, but Treyarch and Raven, they did a lot to that game. I like the omni direction or omni movement that they're doing now. So that will be very interesting. That'll make the game a lot smoother and a little bit more high paced, which it needed to be. But Black Ops has always been the better of the two, in my opinion, between normal Call of Duty and Black Ops. Because Activision is terrible, and I wish that franchise would close. And the only good thing they had going for them was when they were making Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Other than that, I don't even know why Activision is still around.
Tell us how you really feel.
Tell us how you really feel.
The Witcher. I'm so angry about the TV show. Anyway,
It's your favorite.
God, Henry Cavill. Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
I really like though how Black Ops 6 is going to roll right after the Cold War storyline.
Yeah.
So it takes right kind of early 90s. It's going to roll right in from that whole game, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Where so many other games just don't do it like that. They're just like, oh yeah, in the distant future, sometime we're going to tell another story about somebody you know nothing about. Like I want my original characters back. So, that, and they didn't do much on their zombie announcement. So I really kind of hope. I really hope they don't screw it up. My computer is freaking out.
I don't think they will. They won't. I don't think they will screw it up just because the Black Ops this latest one is you made the point. It's like it's like redesigning the whole like platform itself. Like it's a complete like revamp because isn't the game size like over 300 gigs?
All right, so there was panic about that because the game did go on Steam, and of course, Steam Store showed the entirety of the game if you don't have any Call of Duty installed. But that game file included Black Ops 6, and it included Warzone and everything else. Okay. So if you don't have Call of Duty, yeah, you might be looking at a 300 gig update or install, which should be terrifying. You know, I'm glad I bought a hard drive for the hard drive.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way that looks. But I mean, honestly, for as good as the game already looked in the trailers, I mean, I'm just a Treyarch just in general. So I would gladly go out and spend the money to just buy a hard drive for the game. But there's been a lot of talk, a lot of Reddit stuff's been happening. And one thing that a lot of people would love if it happened is if they brought the original casting for zombies back, and it was to be like another basically timeline off of that. I'm Yeah.
I
Mm.
don't know
I would
about that.
I would
No.
literally take my money and throw it at my computer. Okay. That game could be $500. I'm paying $500. I don't care. You know?
mean, I'm going with whatever you think on that because I don't know. I don't know the original like cast of the zombie stuff. So
Oh yeah. So I'm a zombies whore. So
no, I know. No, I know that. You tried to get me to play it a few times, and I'm just I don't know. It's too much.
I am full ADD mode. I am full ADD mode when that comes out.
Yeah, no, that's your Zen moment for sure.
Yeah. I really kind of hope they bring Primus back, but there's so many things that could happen. I was really honestly hoping when they did the zombies reveal, like you're just gonna hear Richtofen talk, and I was like, oh yes, because the last zombie sucked. Activision cannot make a zombies game mode. They cannot. It's terrible. But that's all I got. Yeah. So go buy Black Ops 6 when it comes out, so I can, have another game I can yell and cuss at.
And rage
besides Siege. I don't rage quit. No.
Okay. Yeah, you gonna play that game? Okay.
I haven't rage quit in a long time.
The 12
it's been 1 hour.
Listen, sir, you probably couldn't even log into a lobby.
At this point, with my internet connection, probably not.
Probably not. That's right.
Probably not.
That's right. I went there.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up Gears of War, man.
I'm not a Gears fan. I'm not.
Yikes.
I'm not. I mean, I know Maj is, if he's listening to this right now, he's gonna probably curl over and like something from Poltergeist, but I'm not a Gears fan. I mean, I've just not.
Yikes. They so in you're talking about the Microsoft like gaming like showcase stuff, like Gears of War E-Day was officially like announced, and there was like a initial like trailer, and it looks awesome. So it's going like I guess like D1 from Emergence Day with the with everything that happens through all that stuff. But we get the main characters back. We have both Marcus and Dom. They're back in like their earlier selves, so we get to see both of those characters kind of interact and kind of do their thing. But I'm really hoping that as far as like Gears of War and with this E-Day, like I really hope it gets back to like that gritty, like scary, like dark kind of gameplay, and with like all these like next gen graphics. I really hope they do. I mean, the game in the trailer looks amazing. So I just hope the gameplay is kind of how like the old school Gears of War was. So
yeah,
I haven't played any of the newer ones, but I definitely played the first one. And I think the second one too.
So you scoffed at me. Oh no! I see. That's messed up. I've played Gears of War with Mosh, so that's even more messed up. So shame on you. Also, shame on you. It's the Gears of War 14 years before the original game.
See, this is what he does. So I say something, and he does like the research, and he just sprinkles it on top of everything. It's just like, okay, cool.
It's just called Google.
So now all I do is just like do the headlines, and he's like, oh yeah, and all the supporting information. That's Corey.
That's how I earned my 50%.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the hiker that discovered that I guess China's like tallest waterfall is fake?
Oh, the pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. It ended up being like this really big thing. Like some like random hiker discovered that like China's tallest waterfall is actually fake. Just like a lot of things from China. That's
so
not good.
So they had the pipe there so that during the dry season they can keep the waterfall going.
Yeah.
It's
Assuming everything coming out of the pipe is fresh and clean and there's no rust or anything.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mommy, why am I yellow?
I can understand.
That's a joke. That's a joke right there.
I can understand if like they had the proof to show that, with the climate change and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is why they did it, but they're no longer claiming the tallest waterfall, whatever, blah blah blah. They're just doing it for. I mean, I could understand if they did that, but for someone just to randomly go, "What's that pipe there? That someone's plumbing? Wait a second."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. My question is, where's the motor pumping the water? Because how did you not hear that?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I work in maintenance. 30 volt pump is it's pumping all that water back to the top of that waterfall. Yeah, where's the engineer? I need information.
I did it. It was me.
Oh, it's half-assed. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like everything else like I got going on switched to my computer, so I don't even have the cover on it. Like it's not in good shape. I need to get a new one. I need to build a new one. Yeah, what else do I have? So have you you guys watch Silo on
I do not.
Well,
I heard
it's a great show.
I haven't watched that.
It's so season 2 is they did some like teaser releases of some of the images for season 2, and it's a really interesting storyline. So it's about like this community that lives underground. They've been living underground for like generations and generations, and like I guess they have this like process where someone gets like chosen to like go outside and clean off this like one camera that they use on all of the like the TV screens to like for it to be like their windows. And the downside of whoever gets chosen, as awesome as a thing it is to be chosen or selected to do it, I guess the atmosphere, or they're told that the atmosphere is like so bad. They just like they die within a few minutes after being outside. So even though they're in this like protective suit, they still die. I don't want to give away like the like some of the twisty turny aspect of it, but effectively they start to uncover some of the stuff that they've been told that has been like untrue, and there's a lot of like secrecy, and it's a crazy like turn of events, and it ends up being a really interesting show. And I'm excited that season 2 is finally like around the corner. It's been a minute since season 1, so I hate when in between shows there's a huge gap of time between seasons, and it sucks. But
that's a constant bane of my existence, because then I have to try to rewatch the original or the first season or second season to try to refresh.
Yeah.
Especially if years have gone by, I'm like, okay, I remember watching that back in 2022. Let me see if I can remember the plot.
Right. Arcane, that show, its second season will actually be its last season. So it's going to be an epic show. I don't know if you guys have watched it on Netflix. But it's really dope. It's got this cool, like anime kind of animated feel to it. It's a really good story, as far as season 1 goes. So season 2 is going to be, like I said, it's going to be, it's ending, but it's going to be a climactic ending for sure. So, and on the same like content or context as far as shows ending with their last season, The Boys announced that their 5th season is going to be their last season. So no more deep jokes.
No more deep jokes.
Yeah. I say that just because Corey, Gerard and I, we sometimes go back and forth with like memes of the character Deep, and it's pretty funny. He's really dumb, and the memes are just showcasing how stupid he is. It's a good show though. You should definitely watch it.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, would you please? So that way you can tell me more about it because I only do the headlines.
Yeah.
Thing.
Kind of surprised. Got anything else? What else you got?
Kind of see. I want to see if.
You don't want to talk about the space station?
The big news. No. The big news. The big news. All right. So it is official. 100% official.
Okay.
Yeah. Stay with me. Stay with me on this one.
I'm with you.
That Taylor Swift is not going to be in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Well, then I'm not going to go watch it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm out.
I mean,
Not doing it. Yep.
Yep.
not even impressed anymore.
Nope.
I mean, I guess I'll. I mean, I don't know.
We've got to wait till it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yep.
Or is that a thing anymore?
Yeah. They actually, so it is like there are some Blu-rays that come out still, but
I mean, I'll go for Ryan Reynolds' ass and Hugh Jackman's ass.
I know Marcus will too.
I mean, like that's not my normal thing, but I mean, for Ryan Reynolds, I mean,
yeah, it's true.
Except saying will be made.
Listen,
it's Ryan Reynolds.
It is Ryan Reynolds.
He's a pretty man. But yeah, so I think what you were talking about, Corey, yes, there was an incident that was kind of I guess it was a startling event for people who overheard this message that came from the ISS. I guess there was an emergency like broadcast that like it. I guess they played it. They do it as like a training thing, but it kind of simulates as if it's a simulated broadcast, as if to notify NASA that like the commander is like incapacitated or something like that. And I guess they accidentally broadcast it, and amateur radio or like the ham radio operators, like I guess they overheard the broadcast and started freaking out. But all is well. There's nothing wrong with the ISS or International Space Station. Everything is good to go. It was just a mistake. Everything's no one's incapacitated, except the Boeing Starliner that keeps like it's still leaking stuff. Like there's a lot of issues with that Starliner. I really hope that they don't ride it back. They should just send up a SpaceX Dragon to pick them up, and then that way they can get back to Earth safely. Because
that'll look really good.
Don't ride the Starliner, please don't.
Yeah, if it's got the word Boeing, I'm not going.
Yeah, 100%.
By the way, did you know that the ISS radio transmits signals at 145.8 megahertz and receives at 144.49? Fun fact.
No, I didn't Google.
I definitely did not know that.
Fun fact. Yeah.
Jeez.
Speaking of fun facts, did you guys know, at least back in 2017, did you guys hear about that lady that got married to a ghost?
What?
No, but I want to know.
What?
So back in 2017, there was a lady, Brocarde, and she got married to a ghost. Legitimately got married. She toured the U.S. It was crazy that more people didn't know about it, but yeah, she toured the U.S. And why she's popping up, and you're going to start seeing her pop up a lot more, is because she ended up adopting a possessed clown on her tour. And she was, she's just shooting paranormal investigations and just conducting those kind of investigations. And yeah, she ended up adopting a possessed clown. And now she's stating that her ex, because she divorced the ghost back in 2017, her ex is back and he's angry that she brought in the possessed clown. So you're gonna see her pop up from time to time.
What?
So just
This
is legit. Yep, Google it.
What? I'm all right. I might be reading the wrong. Are we talking about the girl, lady married a 300-year-old Haitian pirate?
No. This it should be Eduardo. It should be a Victorian soldier. But her name
Oh,
is Brocarde. She's like a singer, and she was
okay.
a yeah, she was a skeptic. This is why she's such a big deal, is because she didn't believe in ghosts. She didn't believe in ghosts. She's just not. She wasn't into the paranormal at all. And then out of the blue, she suddenly began believing in a ghost because of this one ghost, this Victorian soldier who she says is named Eduardo. And so she ended up getting married. They fell in love. She's been interviewed, and they were asking like, "Well, how do you know?" And she was just talking about how like she gets different feelings from him when he's angry, when he's in love, and all that good stuff. All those feelings she's getting from him. So after they got married, he said she accused him of cheating. So that's why the divorce back in 2017. So, like I said, she disappeared off of off of our radars for a little while, and now she's back and popping up on the radars again because of the possessed clown that she adopted.
I'm reading the article now.
Yeah, isn't this crazy?
Yeah. You got me.
And
I'm reading over it too. It's like, wow.
But like nobody's heard of her. No one's seen it, and she's on YouTube. She was a singer before. And yeah, it's crazy that she did a 180, So now she's dealing with a possessed clown, and a jealous ex who's a ghost.
Yeah, they should make a movie out of it. Yeah, that's wow.
Right? It's weird, but it's like right there, like under our noses. So she went back to England, I think, to finish her investigation of the clown and things like that.
I'm invested now. I wanna keep this going. I wanna know find out what happens. Wow, I can't talk. I'm just this excited about about this. This is she kind of reminds me of Wednesday Addams a little bit.
Yes, yeah, a little bit of that. I was getting that feel from her, but she is dead serious. She, and now she's dealing with her ex.
That should be the name of the movie. Her movie should be called Dead Serious.
I'm curious about the possessed clown. That's where my curiosity really is. Have at it. Get married to a ghost or whatever. But I'm wondering, is the clown sort of like an Annabelle kind of feel? Because like what kind of clown did we adopt?
Story.
Yes.
Right. I'm sorry. No creep. No.
And in my world, I would never have like, oh yeah, it's a possessed clown. I want it.
Yeah, no, I'm not signing up for that adoption. No.
I'm not taking like a clown doll, so just I was like, Annabelle.
You mentioned Annabelle. Now I'm just oh god. Oh no.
This says they tied the knot at the Asylum Chapel in London on Halloween.
Yeah, because she was having trouble, especially in, just in religion in general. Life after death is very arguable, that's a huge debate for a lot of people. So she had a hard time finding any, like a priest to actually marry them. It's a ghost. And so she ended up finding one. So it was legit.
Wow.
And then she said,
"Imagine her resume." Imagine that.
Like, what's the interview process look like for that? That's what I want to know.
I just want to know, how does the tax filing go? Is it?
Oh yeah.
Like, do I claim?
Do they check do they check the box for my spouse also works? Like, is that what they do?
Like, what is he? Is he disabled because he was a Victorian soldier back then?
Is it an apparition at this point?
Does she still get benefits from the government? Kind of feel.
Were they married long enough to get half? What'd she get?
I have so many questions.
I have all the questions now.
Half of that ethereal vapor.
But yeah, that's one of those news that I'm just like, wow, it kind of passed everyone's radar really quick. Like when they announced aliens, I thought that was the best news ever. I was just over here calling my best friend, calling my mom, and just like, whoa, did you see that? And they're just like, what are you talking about? It's like, okay, well, we don't have to wonder if there are aliens. They kind of announce there are aliens.
See, my
Yeah.
reaction is more of like, why would they stop here? Earth's like the trailer park of the universe. I don't know why you'd stop here.
Yeah, so they stop and we're like an exhibit at the zoo. They're like, oh, and at this planet, this is how like they fuck things up. So yeah, look on our right, we have this going on. Oh, look, that's a natural disaster happening that they caused because of climate change, and they're just ignoring it. But hey, cool, that's all right. And so we'll move on to the next planet.
Yeah.
Technically, I mean, are we the ant farm?
Yeah.
So
100%.
here's the thing: when the younger alien goes, parental unit, what is that Earthling doing with his finger? Oh my!
Close your eyes.
That's
Close your
Marcus.
many
That's
eyes.
Marcus.
Don't look away.
Why does the Earthling keep asking me to anal probe him?
I can just see Stewie in that episode. Step on my cubes. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. As far as like 30-second news, like that 100%, like that's no. I mean, Pokemon's great and everything like that, but yeah, that ghost news, that's
yeah. When you guys ever have a downtime, please take a look at that. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to be following it, kind of curious to see what the finds are, and the possessed clown doll. Like what happens and what happens to her later on, because she's investigating all of this. But it's very interesting to see somebody go from one spectrum to the other side of the spectrum wholeheartedly. So something
Literally.
definitely changed her mind, especially for someone that's a hardcore skeptic,
Yeah, no, I'm bookmarking that. That's a keeper. Dang.
Yo.
That's a lot. You definitely like threw like a curveball at us, like for sure. Cause I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm curious as to like what this news segment is, but like I was not expecting Lady Mary's ghost and ghost, like they get divorced because of like a possessed clown, like adoption. Like that's a,
well, they get divorced because of cheating. She accused him of cheating.
Oh yeah, cheating. Yeah. My bad. I forgot about that.
No,
I've seen where he's blowing his balloon.
Well, that caused me to have a whole bunch of questions too. So, what classifies as cheating in a ghost form?
How would she know?
Exactly. I'm just curious.
There's a lot of investigation that, like, do they do like the night vision at night, and she can like thermal? Is it thermal? Like, is that what?
Like, who are you with? I see her on my thermal goggles.
He gives me better cold chills. Sorry, children. Sorry.
Yikes.
1,000 questions pop up. So I'm curious. I'm going to definitely be following that story. Plus, she's going to be, she was touring the U.S. to get data for paranormal investigations, and I like those kind of shows. And kind of, some of them are a little extreme. Like you can tell it's a little staged, but the others you're just like, whoa, there's some data that's being made.
No, my kids are in this phase where they're watching like The Conjuring and stuff like that, and they're watching all these like different like paranormal like things on YouTube. So this would be like right up their alley. I'm gonna tell them about this, and they're gonna get hooked too.
And it always had something to do with dolls, not just Annabelle, but I think there was even a doll previously that was like possessed, if I'm not mistaken. Where you weren't allowed to say his name without permission. I think it was down in Florida. But yeah, there's actually a doll that you could go and see, and it's supposedly possessed, but you're not allowed to say its name without it doing something to you. It's kind of weird.
Weird.
It's all about the doll. Doll.
Don't mess with the dolls, man.
Just leave it. You see a thrift shop, just put it back down. Put it back down. No, you can't have that.
Especially if it's at an old person's house, just leave it there.
Oh, like an estate sale or something.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? You bring your kids to an estate sale, and then they find that old Barbie.
Just leave it there. Yep. Yeah. Don't chance it.
Dad, can I have this? It's only 50 cents.
I mean, if you buy it, gift it to Marcus.
Poor Marcus. He gets a package with this doll in it. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Probably look at you. Let me touch you.
He'll probably try to dry hump it. I don't know.
Right. If he ends up marrying the doll, it's all y'all's fault.
I mean, it's Marcus. He is single, so all right. I guess I mean, I don't want to cut you off. Did you did you have anything else?
No, that was my main, like, that was my story.
Man, that was a good one though. That was a really good one.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that one. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I guess we'll kind of just dive into what's the secret to spiritual fulfillment?
Yes. Well, I mean, I think to start with, I'm curious to see where you guys are as far as spirituality. You're just your views before I share.
My views. So I try to keep like an open mind about everything. So I grew up in a pretty heavy like Catholic household. My mom was Catholic. So we were pretty heavy on the day-to-day kind of runnings with that. My dad is Jewish, so as much as there was a heaviness that was kind of focused on the Catholic side of everything, we did try to, or my dad and his parents tried to kind of make sure that I didn't lose sight of like the Jewish traditions. So, Gerard, I think I told you. So like we would do some of the traditional things, like Passover and the menorah.
This is so crazy. All the years I've known you, I didn't know you did like even Jewish stuff or what's in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, so I've always had like this like push or pressure to have like some sort of like religious kind of aspect, kind of just like be a part of my life. And I also went to a Catholic school for a couple of years, and that's where I did like all of my communion stuff. Yeah, I've always had like religion in my life, and I think because in growing up with that like heavier like kind of mindset, once I was able to like move and live on my own kind of thing, like as I got older, I kind of got away from like feeling like I needed to be a part of like a specific religion, because I don't know if I just got like really skeptical as far as like religions in general, because I don't know if I just got like really cynical with a lot of things, but it just, to me, it just didn't really make sense to because in my brain, like people who are in a religion or who are religious, they tend to be stuck in that like little category, and so like they tend to not to sound like a dick or anything like that, but like so it's
probably traditional.
Like sometimes like no, so like sometimes like people who are diehard like stuck on a particular religion, like Baptists or Catholics or whatever, like they get really stuck on like branding of like that religion, and sometimes they are unable to see things from different perspectives, and they only think that like their religion is like the best religion. It's like the only religion, like especially when it comes to like Muslims and things like that. Like any other religion that anybody else believes is wrong. Like it's pagan. Like you can't like you can't, like it's wrong for you to think a different way than how I think. And I I really like didn't like that about like, you know, my with that being like how I experience like other people in their like religious like atmospheres. Like I think that that's why I kind of pulled away from like being like quote unquote like religious for myself. And you know, I do have my beliefs like as far as like higher powers and stuff like that. I just kind of like leave myself kind of unbranded. So to answer your question, I mean, you know, I keep an open mind as much as I can. Like I think at this point, like what kind of grounds me to like a spirituality is just understanding that like, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has their own beliefs, and the most or the best thing I can do is respect everybody for their own beliefs and just kind of just coexist, you know, like.
Yeah, that's valid. I see where you're coming from with that.
Corey might have a completely different mindset. So
I'm curious. Yes, Corey, please share.
Well, I'm trying to think of something to say that Josh should just say.
Well, I would start with just like, what's your spirituality? I'm just, like I said, I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I I I share a lot of the same feelings like that Josh just, kind of explained. Like there, so I grew up. My mom, she's a really bad Catholic. Let's put it like that. A lot of her friends are Catholic or Christian, and then of course, like Josh said, that I've been around enough people that all have their own beliefs, and I hold nothing against those people that have their version of their beliefs, and um, it's one of those where I am more of the line of I don't believe in one or many powers that be or why we're here, but I know and I believe to myself that there's something more beyond than just this life that we're living. So I don't hold a certain belief. I respect everyone's belief the same. Everyone has their own views, and there's obviously more to it than what there is, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really hold a specific belief beyond of I know that there's something more, but I'm not to that part of the journey yet.
Okay.
It's kind of where I sit with it a lot. I've gone with friends for. It's funny that you mentioned your Jewish past there, Josh, because
yeah.
I've got a good bit of Polish in my family, and so I've experienced a lot.
Yeah.
you know, um, but ironically, I'll share this with you, and this is a funny story. So I went when I was what? God, I was 12. I remember me and my mom went with her friend and her kids for Ash Wednesday. Right, we went to church, and so you do your whole thing. You go up. They draw the cross in your head with ash, and you go sit down. I had a red mark for like a week on my forehead because
and you're the Antichrist.
So needless to say, I never got invited over to their house ever again after that.
100% know why.
So who knows? Hey, the party's on my end. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. But
and for those that are listening, for Ash Wednesday, it's a Catholic type of day where they put ashes on your forehead to bless you. It's supposed to represent like Jesus Christ, and just it's a holy blessing. So when he talks about Ash Wednesday, that's what it is.
Yeah. So there's that. Everyone's like, yeah, I can't talk to Corey no more. I gotta go.
my mom said I can't talk to you anymore, Corey.
That's literally how it was. It was like one of those like, and it's probably I don't want to say that contributes to 100% of why I believe the way I do, but it's just like one of those like, really?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, all right, whatever. You do you, I guess. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Would say,
Probably wouldn't know. yet. I didn't get my paperwork for that. Did not come with instructions. I'm like IKEA furniture. We'll find out.
It's a hard question to answer, especially for someone like if you were to ask like my mom would like die hard like go into the whole like Catholicism thing, and she's like a Southern Baptist, she claims to be now, so like not claims, but I mean that's her thing, like that's who that's how she defines herself. So it differs from the people that you are asking, I think, but I think that's the whole point of like the finding out like what it means to be fulfilled by like that spiritual sense. So
yeah. And I mean, even with just us three, I find it interesting that we're all connected in Catholicism in that aspect. Because even with me, I have a Catholic background. And and like I don't speak for all the witches of the world, because if you've ever come across a witch, you will know that we're all different. And witchcraft in general is an umbrella term. So it's just each one of us has a different path. It's kind of our own craft. So Catholicism has a huge influence on my actual craft. So I thought, and that is it's very controversial in the witchcraft space, just because if you guys just know the history of witchcraft, Catholicism was kind of at the forefront of burning witches, and it's not a good thing. It's sinful, and it's we were condemned. So there's a lot of trauma still attached to the religion and witchcraft in general. So I don't prescribe to that, because the past is the past. I can't change the past. I can just only speak to what I've experienced in my gnosis, and I can't speak for anyone else. But yeah, Catholicism, I went to Catholic school. My mom, to this very day, is a devout Catholic. Devout. Read the Bible morning, afternoon, night kind of thing. Same Bible that she's had since a little girl.
I mean, when you're in, right?
Yeah, and and it gives her comfort. And me and her, we've had some differences, of course, when it came to Catholicism and then witchcraft. And I think it was just more of understanding. But in the long run, what we found was like it runs in my family. So it started from my great grandmother, and it got kind of lost in translation, and we didn't really acknowledge it. But at the end of the day, we were still doing witchcraft. So I just I don't know. It just kind of ended up with me, and I've experienced it. Been doing witchcraft for 30 years plus, and it's just part of my everyday life. But I thought it was interesting that all three of us have Catholicism connecting us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're all we're all. Oh, but I don't know if it has something to do with our parents too, because I have so many like theories on religion in general, just religion. That, in my opinion, it's not too far from a cult. They like to say witchcraft is a cult, but I'm like, if you really break down religion, it can be very culty. Because this is the right way and your way is the wrong way, and I think that can lead to a lot of issues or problems when we're all different and there's so many different walks of life.
For me, like, so along the lines of like what you're saying as far as our religion goes, so like there's a lot of like things that people kind of take advantage of when it comes to like religion. And I think that's what, like, for me, turns me away from like branding myself like as a specific religion, like, Catholic or whatever. Only because like there are those people like within that particular religion who, they'll twist it and they'll use it, and they'll like spearhead this like negative agenda for toward like a whole like a group of people, or they'll go against what they would almost like what would almost be like what they're teaching to like their audience. So like it didn't make sense, like especially like mega churches and stuff like that. I don't understand why mega churches exist, because like
Money!
you're
I always like
100%
to
like
sell.
you're
I was like, ooh, look at the lights.
yeah, like literally like it's these big ass like churches that like raise all this money, and all that money just stays in the church. Like it doesn't like go anywhere. And so like the pastors of those like massive like churches keep all the like money. And I don't understand how people don't see that as like a terrible thing. Like it's all justified, and they make it justified. And I think that's the dark part of like the current state of like religions, that like for me steers me away from it. Cause I don't want to be, I can't ever see myself as associated with like, a particular group of people who like take advantage of other people in that sense. Like, you've got like elderly people who are, giving 10% of like whatever they earn, which might be, they might be living on Social Security at this point. So like, they're giving a portion of their funds to like a church or this, this congregation of sorts. And then like, it's ended up being like twisted and turned into this like weird greed factory. And it's just, I don't understand I just don't understand that stuff, to be honest. Like that's the dark side of like, religions. It's just like the twisting of like text and taking things out of context and using it to like fuel all these like negative agendas. Like not a fan. 100% not a fan.
Have either one of you have seen this? It was like a movie called Midnight Mass. It was like it's like a 2-part movie on Netflix.
I've heard about it, but no, I didn't actually watch it. No.
Oh, I highly recommend. If you guys like horror, I don't know if anyone likes horror. Okay, but that genre, it definitely is that genre. But it's, I think it encompasses when you can weaponize, religion, and it uses Catholicism in general. So I thought it was very interesting on their take on, it makes you like question like, well, wow, I never really thought about that, but yeah, they quote the Bible a lot in it, and they weaponize it in that actual movie. So I highly recommend it if you guys have Netflix. It's called Midnight Mass.
Yeah, it's on my list. I just haven't gotten to it, but yeah, I heard a lot of good things about that. Is it like a mini series, or is it like a?
Yes, it's like a miniseries movie. It's 2-part, but so good. I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I highly recommend it. Tackles the horror part of it and real life kind of scenarios. So I thought it was interesting.
So why you guys have been kind of going back and forth? I've kind of been looking some stuff up, and did you know? So as of 2020, approximately 18% of the world's population identifies as a Catholic.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did you know as of 2020, approximately 18% of the world's population identifies as a Catholic?
That's insane.
What? That's crazy.
That's a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, it's they got it estimated at 1.36 billion people.
What in the world?
That's a lot.
I mean, let's be real, guys. I mean, the Vatican, no. It has power. Let's be real. When the president has to kiss the Pope's ring as a tradition, I thought that was very interesting. Out of all the religions, the president has that tradition to do.
We've all seen Van Helsing, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Or the
I'm just throwing that curveball out there,
what's the Tom Hanks movie? The Angels and Demons.
Yeah, I think it's called that.
Yeah, where like it's about the Vatican and like they found like they're looking for like what's called like the God particle, and the Vatican was like trying to stop them from like releasing all the information about like that. Anyway, so yeah, the Vatican, to your point, is this massive like machine, and it's scary when you think about it. Like
100%, and it's been around for centuries. So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not no one bats an eye. It just is, and it's part of our way of life. And for the world, I mean, with Corey's statistics,
Yeah.
that's some real influence, shall I
It's
say.
it's the extremism in those like religions that like again that helps me stay away from like branding myself as that. So like, I really feel like you know when it comes to spirituality, I think it really boils down to like a question of asking yourself, or it's when you ask yourself if you're enough. And in that asking yourself that question, like you look to try to answer it through anything that really like fits how you feel. And so like in that moment, like when you're looking for answers, it if you're in an environment that is, like heavy on a particular like way of thinking, or religious kind of like atmosphere, that kind of thing, like you tend to define those questions you have about yourself in that context. So um it's religion and spirituality is very like it's very not weird, but it's very interesting because like it can go in so many different like avenues. And like even like within like just because we're like been stuck on this like Catholicism thing. um like Catholics, like, you have like your diehards who are 100% on the religious side of it and being heavier on that side with like, God and all that stuff being like the answer for everything. And then on the other end of the spectrum, that there's a huge dynamic change where, it's not so much heavy on like the religious, as far as like God being the explanation of everything. For there's a heavier, not heavier, but there's more of a focus on like the science of everything. So it's still like God being the end all be all like reason for something existing, but there's an openness to understanding that there's science involved in trying to like figure out the reason, or the way something works. So it's wild because like, even like I said, in Catholicism, like, you have some parts of, those Catholics who are like, and again, just being stuck on Catholics because we've just been talking about Catholics, but like, there's people within like a religious like belief that, they just don't want to have anything be explained by anything other than just what their religion is, versus like other people within that same religion being open enough to being challenged in their way of thinking without it redefining how they view their own religion. Like this, it's there's an openness in the mindset that I think gets lost sometimes with that extremism. So
And I feel like a religion or spirituality in general, if I just talk under umbrella with all religions, it had a place and time for when it happened, and
yeah,
how it helps. And if you think about it, by the 18th century, astronomy replaced astrology, and chemistry, got rid of alchemy, and probability theory, replaced luck and like fortune, for instance.
mhm,
Um, so it helped you understand the world around you. It made you
yeah,
feel comforted. So, I feel like a religion in that aspect does have it has a dichotomy where it does help in some aspects, and for some people, it's what they cling to help navigate. Our ever changing world. Let's be honest. If you would have told me, you know, 20 years ago that AI was going to be a thing and our phones were going to be this level, I would have said, yeah, whatever. I'm on my
Right.
computer.
yeah, you liar.
Where's my floppy disk? But I think we are just as a human race, we're constantly evolving. Who we are today could be totally different tomorrow based upon our environment, based upon our experiences. My usual daily drive to Starbucks changed because the old lady decided to almost hit me.
Right. Right.
But at the end of it, a devout Catholic would be like, "Thank God I didn't get hit." It was
Yeah.
with the grace of God that I was spared from that accident. So it all depends. It has a place.
Yeah. I think what needs to happen as far as like trying to answer like what fulfillment or what that spirituality fulfillment looks like is to find out what I say next. You're gonna have to check out the second part of this episode. So so Marcus is in town this week, so we're gonna be hanging out with him. I don't think that we are going to be doing any recordings for Saturday. I will definitely keep you guys posted. I know we do have some events that we kind of have planned for Saturday, so we might go live just to do some fun stuff. We'll keep you posted on social medias. But yes, so part 2 gets really interesting. It gets really fun. So definitely check out part 2 when it releases. So make sure you are following us so that you get updated on when that release schedule is. It might be Monday, it might be Wednesday, who knows? So stay connected, find out, and as always, thank you for listening, helping us grow, and your continued support. So you are an amazing audience. So thank you for that. So stay connected, hang out in the discords, and we'll see you next time.